Jonas er blevet mestis også.
Yes. Hello, Jeff. Oh my God, apparently I'm late. We don't have daylight savings. So it's 4:39 where I'm at a.m. and I scheduled a live at 8. And by chance, someone messaged me and they're like, "You're late." I'm like, "What do you mean? How are you, Jeff?" I'm good. What's new? What have you been watching? Have you seen Bad Vegan? That was complete nonsense. Yeah, it's definitely a pass on that one. It's almost too dumb. What have you been watching? Actually, my favorite show right now is The Dropout. If you have, for me, it's airing on Disney Plus, but I think it's on Hulu as well. Yeah, The Dropout is very good. What else? Oh, the Tom and Pammy show was Tommy and Pam. That was excellent. trying to figure out how to put like a timestamp. What documentaries? Ooh, there's a few actually. The Cosby one, but that was a long time ago. Let me see. Actually, I watched one recently. Let me see if I can find the name. Lately, the last documentary I liked was The Tinder Swindler. Nothing has hit ever since. But let me see. But like a good documentary. The last good documentary I watched was the Cosby documentary. That was like top tier. That's it for documentaries. Like I can, like in recent times that I've watched, the Cosby one, 14 Peaks on Netflix is still one I rewatch sometimes. It's so good. Oh, Soft White Underbelly is amazing. He blew up in the last few years. Like at first it was these small interviews and now he has what, a million plus? No, but those interviews are insane. And he gets so much out of them. Yeah, Soft White Underbelly is like for real, for real. That's like some raw, like some of the stories on there, you're just like, how did he solicit that out of them? And he wasn't, it's not even that old of a channel. They're so crazy. And then the follow-ups when you're watching people and they get worse sometimes. You remember Amanda? That was crazy. Like you literally see them like physically change. He actually follows up with them. He got so much crap, I think, because they're like, why don't you help them? And he's like, you can't help an addict. Like that's not his place. Like he got a lot of crap. Some people thought the interviews were staged, and like they're not staged. Those are real interviews. Have you seen this man today? Let me see. Have you seen this man today on Hulu? Yeah, I think his background it was in photography. But he does have like yeah, I know what you mean. Like he does try, like he does hook people up with the help they need. Richard, I'm late. I'm late because daylight savings time. So for me it's the same time. It's 4:48 a.m. I didn't realize 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is now like an hour. Is that correct, Richard? So now for you it's not 8 anymore? Like it's 9? I saw an interview with him. Yeah, Chris, he's an interesting dude on Hulu. Are these different episodes, Jeff? Like different crime episodes, or based on one man? Oh no, it's based on 350 million swindle and vanished. About this guy? Now it's 8:48. Ah, see, we don't have daylight savings here. So for me, it's the same time. So I guess 8 p.m. for me now would be, I would have to start the live stream at 4 a.m. my time instead of 5 a.m. my time. I knew I was missing some detail, but I didn't know what that detail was. Yeah, they don't do daylight savings time here. I don't believe in daylight saving. It's so ridiculous. And now I guess you get an hour of sleep. Yeah, that is early. 5 a.m. was already early. So now I would have to change it to 4. So I'd have to be live at 4 and we'd have to start the movie at 5. That's a big difference. I've heard there's legislation to get rid of it. Yeah, here in this part of the world, nobody does daylight savings time. So early, yeah. I really pushed myself. So Jeff, is it about the same person or different people? It's about the same person, yeah. Have you seen this man? Oh, there's also a podcast on ABC. Oh, the whole thing is on him. Okay, I'm gonna watch that. That looks lit. Daylight savings time is the absolute worst. Okay, so Richard, for you, it's fine. I think it's only nice, I think, in the summer because you get like that hour extra. But when the hour goes back, that's terrible. It's 7:51 p.m. Thank God. At least in some parts it went up the right way. It's the people who have it at 9 right now that's yeah, in Mississippi. Yeah, get rid of it. It messes up everything. You're in Georgia and you're an hour ahead. It's so unnecessary. Just I don't even know what the logic behind daylight savings time is. I guess maybe because here they're religious, so the idea of turning back or forward, there's no benefit to it. I don't know what the benefit is or what the logic is. Maybe because of the sun. Oh, it's an old farming thing. Ah, and that's the weird part. Nobody knows why. It's just we've accepted it. That's funny. The trifecta. At least it's not cold where you're at. Richard, have you seen The Dropout on Hulu? Everyone should watch The Dropout. You know, I woke up this morning thinking I have all the time in the world, and then I looked at and then Cam, one of my subscribers, if he's in here, he's like, "Yeah, you're late." Oh, it's sweater. Oh, it's not warm down there. I don't know why I imagined it to be like very hot. But do you have winter? Oh, Amanda is Elizabeth Theranos. Like she gives a transcendent performance. It's absolute, and the show is good. It's everything you wanted Inventing Anna to be. Inventing Anna was very bad. Like, very, very bad. It was one of the worst. Like, The Dropout is actually quality. And they're airing it, I think, only week to week.
She may not have had her best.
Are you guys gonna watch the Oscars? I can't because of the time difference. Oh, since Daniel is like, he messaged me and he's like, I'm for the streets. Like, this. Here, not here. I tell you what. Oh, you watched Vendetta. I needed my excuse for the week as to why I didn't watch Vendetta. He needs to come in so I can explain myself. Oh my God, Daniel. Fail. I was out here making breakfast, feeling myself. I'm like, okay, brainstorming my excuses as to why I didn't watch Vendetta yet. And then when I saw your message, I was like, how did I know this was going to happen? And it gets worse, but here's my excuse. You see, it's Ramadan next week, okay? Which means my hours get cut. Like, basically, we work less because everyone is fasting, which gives me more time to watch all the movies I said I would watch. That's a solid excuse. It's the shame. You know who did watch Vendetta? Richard. Daniel, I swear I will make you proud one day. It's just today is not that day. Today is just not that day. I feel like I took a giant L with this daylight savings. That changes a lot. I'm using religion as an excuse now. I'm like, due to religious practices, I will be having more time. I literally had 2 weeks. Listen, believe in my change. Believe, Daniel. People can change. I am people. You're like, first you make me watch a 3-hour movie, and then the lies, and now you're late. Things just keep getting worse. It's a religious movie. Daniel's like, you would know that if you watched it. I will. You're like, it's on my queue. But I will. It's the lies for you, Daniel. No, I will. It's like I'm like a deadbeat parent at this point. I swear I'll change. Next thing you see, I'm on like soft white underbelly, being like, so why are you like this? Well, it all began. Daniel, I swear, I'll change. Rock bottom. I have hit. I was really confident today too. I was like, I'm getting used to these early hours. And then I see Daniel's message. I'm like, I felt like a meme. I literally ran from my kitchen. I was like, must go live. DEF CON. And plus, I think I was giving like flaky vibes all week. I was like, ooh. Did I manifest this without knowing it? Oh, Jeremy, how are you? I think my videos would make better podcasts than videos. Yeah, foreign films have been a big thing in the last 3 to 4 years. And before they used to do this thing where it was like one foreign film, every now and then they'd sprinkle us with something. But now, like, they have a few. Like, Worst Person in the World is good, which is me today. Flea is good. Drive My Car, which I don't think will win Best Picture. I think Coda will win. Roma, that started it. I think Netflix helped with this. Oh, thank you, Richard. The Drive My Car review was a bit to put together. Like, it was hard. And I still need to do Parasite. That's a whole other situation. Yeah, it feels like Coda will pull it. Power of the Dog is not for everyone, but it's a good movie. I hope Drive My Car wins. I think it's just class. Oh my God, Daniel. Listen, we gotta give our good sis a chance. I'm gonna laugh. Oh yay! I'll give people a few more minutes. I'm gonna run to the bathroom because I'm behind, and then I'll come back. Give me like 2 minutes. I swear I'm coming back. Okay, so due to my raggedy behavior, I'm just gonna give people like 10, 15 minutes. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was such a great movie. Like a really great movie. Like it's the pairing we didn't even know we needed. P.S. Beloved, are you here? Hi, I'm late. I'm sorry. Daylight savings time, which doesn't exist here. P.S. Beloved, I picked a better movie. You're a real champ for sitting with us for those 3 hours. I should have given out medals of honor for those who came. Five to 10 Best Picture nominations and no acting nomination. Jeremy, is this for Once Upon a Time? Okay, thanks, P.S. Beloved. Yeah, like I really messed up on the timing today. Do you guys like having these movie nights on Fridays? Or do you want a different day during the week? Because for me, at this point, it doesn't make a difference, especially with daylight savings. Or your guys' daylight savings. Yeah, see, for me, if I have to wake up an hour earlier, then it pretty much opens me up for the whole week. The only day that I think I would consider, I don't know, you guys tell me and then we can brainstorm. I'm letting Yes, yes, all that noise in the low light driving scene. You know what I noticed, Daniel, is the quietness and the lack of like background characters. Like there's really nothing outside of like what you're watching on screen. Friday or Saturday. Okay, so same timing. Oh, so Daniel, you're saying the low light driving scenes, that was, you think that was a budgetary issue? Or you think that it was like well executed? Oh, the noise in the low light. Oh, you're saying the noise is not supposed to be there? That's no, I didn't take note of the noise. I was reading, Daniel, that they did have budgetary issues. Like originally, I think they were supposed to shoot in Korea. By noise, I mean the visual artifacts. Ideally, not. You have to message me and tell me just so I can have it in my head. But they did have budgetary issues because they were supposed to shoot in Korea, then coronavirus came, and then they went back to Japan. So there were some issues. But no, I never noticed the noise. I thought that was just So Daniel, you mean the noise? So when they're driving, you mean the outside noise, or even within the car? Yeah, I think Korea would have been cheaper, and they said Korea is better for like traffic and things. Like Japan is just kind of crazy. And I think I read too, like the production was put on hold for quite some time. And it might have helped shooting in Japan. No. So the ending in Korea, like that was that could have been a technicality because they did like they went back and forth, but not by choice. Because I think they were saying because of coronavirus, they were able to shoot in Japan a lot easier because there was like nobody. No, see, I thought it was a plot device initially, and then I read and I was like, ooh, they finished shooting in Korea, I think. Does anyone even watch the Oscars anymore? I remember that used to be such a thing, but I feel like nowadays, like it would be interesting if Drive My Car won. Oh, P.S. Beloved, hey, you even have the ads in there. Thank you, P.S. Beloved. It was a hard review. Like I'm trying to increase my quality, you know, because there's a few reviews I have to do, like Fresh. If you've seen on Hulu, The Dropout. I want to do one on Elizabeth Theranos. But these foreign movies, like it's like a project. It's like a mini project. I sprinkled in some pictures. P.S. Beloved, what time is it where you are? Yeah, the music was perfect. It was like perfect white noise. Thank you, Chris. I'm trying. It's 9:12. Okay. Are you guys good with starting the movie at 9:30? No, like okay, I should be more specific. In 15 minutes. So for me it's 5:12 a.m. So 5:30 a.m. for me. So P.S. Beloved, so 9:30 for you. And Richard 8:30 for you. Yeah, Fresh was it was for the Tinder crowd. You know, it's for those people that yeah, it's 5:13 a.m. here. So Daniel, here's the thing. Like there's no daylight savings here. So your 1 hour now affects my 1 hour. So I woke up the same time as I always do, and then you messaged me and I was like, daylight savings time. Spring has sprung. Okay, PS Beloved. So we'll start it. Yeah. So now, Daniel, I would have to start the live at 4 a.m. my time, and then yeah, I woke up at 3:45. So usually, whenever we have these, usually when we have these foreign film nights, I go to bed around like 8. So I'll wake up super early the night before, and then do all my stuff, and then sleep early, so I can wake up. And the thing is, my work week starts on Sunday to Thursday. So in a way, it's good because I like it's easy to wake up. But whew, daylight savings said not today. Fresh is a yeah. They need to stop daylight savings time. You mean when Congress pass a bill? They pass bills like yeah. They should just end it. There's no, I was offended at first when I came here and I realized they don't do daylight savings. I'm like, what do you mean? And then they're like, what do you mean? Because like the only connection I can see is the sun, right? Like we've normalized like total nonsense. I was like, what do you mean you don't have daylight? I'm like, when did the hour go? Like you're waiting for the time to change and it never does. Unanimously. So everyone was like, we're done with this. You can't even almost defend it. Like if you were defending it, it would just be like to disagree with someone. Yeah, I think for like in North America, you would feel the time more. Like here, nothing changes. Like maybe the sun goes, maybe it gets darker a little bit earlier in our winter. So our winter is like 1 month, and then we're back to summer. So it doesn't affect us. Rehan, where are you? So you're in Europe then. It's 4 a.m. for you. It's 5:17 for me. Rehan, did I pronounce correctly? So you're in Europe. That's the only explanation. Have I ever lived? My mom lives in Indianapolis. So I used to go for the summer, but I've never lived in the US. I've only visited. And I only visit like family. Oh, you're in Bahrain. Okay, so you're in my time zone. No, we didn't start the movie yet. SMS. SMS, reveal your name. Are you Sarah? Okay. No, we're starting in 15 minutes because I was late. I was late. I was really late. Yeah, so Chris, I grew up in Canada. I was born in the US, but my parents can get the passport. I was basically an anchor baby that failed to anchor, I would say. And is Mountain Dew? Yes, it is. It is popular. Mountain Dew is really popular here. Dew. You know, yeah, Sarah, this is a fun movie. I'm trying to lighten it up after last week's 3 hour opus. Rehan in Bahrain. Is Mountain Dew popular in Bahrain? She's like, you already know. Yeah, Chris. So I grew up in Canada. So I just went back and forth. And then I only moved when I was like 27 to live over. So now I've been living overseas 27, 28, 29, 3 years. Do the do. Yeah, Mountain Dew like is a thing. Like the weirdest pop drinks are a thing. Like I would never drink Mountain Dew. I would never even pick it up. Oh, Sarah, where are you from? Right, Chris? It has such a the aftertaste of Mountain Dew is not nice. Sarah, where did you live? Actually, for my Canadian friends, It's on Crave. So I'm like, if it's on Crave, then it's definitely in the US. Thank you, Rehan. No one can stand Mountain Dew, Chris. People who like Mountain Dew don't respond well to kindness. Now in Toronto. Toronto. Sarah, do you have Crave? Also, what's Toronto like these days? It tastes like a cartoon depiction of acid rain. Oh, that's the best description I've heard. It tastes like cartoon depictions of acid rain to me. Whatever they put in there is just not kosher. Like the aftertaste, I don't know, it just leaves a weird feeling. Pepsi has a weird aftertaste as well, but Mountain Dew, I don't know if they put different ingredients overseas. Like I don't know if it's the same Mountain Dew as it should be. I think the one that I haven't seen in a long time is Dr. Pepper. Yeah, Toronto, I was talking to my friend. She lives in Ottawa, and the gas prices are psychotic. No, Daniel, you're not allowed. I'm locking you in this room. Okay, Daniel, next time you come, vendetta. You're like, okay. Daniel. Yeah, oh, right? P.S. Beloved, we're really disappointed. Daniel. I wish I could lock people in the chat. Daniel. Sometimes it's cheaper. Okay, Daniel, next time. I'm sad, Daniel. Your commentary would have been Wackets. You're not allowed to leave. Turns into a Saw movie. So you're forced. Once you're in, you gotta stay. It's cheaper to Uber Foods and pick it up. Yeah. Like there are people right now contemplating just getting rid of their cars because it doesn't make sense. And these prices are gonna get worse. Blood in, blood out, exactly. Who are you to leave, Daniel? Who said you could leave? It's the audacity for me. Also, this whole situation in Eastern Europe, this is like really dragging on. The people benefiting, like when you're on this side of the world, it's crazy. Like they're really benefiting here because higher gas prices for you guys means more money here. So for us, it's like funding their recovery. Yeah, big time. Daniel, haram. P.S. Beloved, like her expression said it all. We're literally heartbroken. We are in pain. Did you guys see Ice-T's tweet? Yeah, Jeff. It's here. The gas prices, they're never an issue because it's an oil country. But now it's like, ooh, Plus, a lot of countries like suffered because of this coronavirus. So now it's like picking back up. I think Ice T's like, did you guys see his tweet? That was so funny. It was pump number 9.
Slept during her time on Love Is.
He was okay. Let me take the tweet. It was so funny. Hold on. Let me find it. I was robbed at a gas station. He's like, I was robbed at a gas station in New Jersey last night. After my hands stopped trembling, I managed to call the cops. They were quick to respond and calm me down. My money is gone. The police asked me if I knew who did it. I said yes. It was pump number 9. Like, that's how high the gas prices are. It's so funny, right? He gave a whole like Law and Order SVU breakdown. I was robbed at the gas station last night. After my hands stopped trembling, I managed to call the cops. It was fucked number 9. That's I was laughing so hard. I showed my friend because like I noticed every conversation I have with people in North America, like this is like the thing. It's affecting daily life. I don't know what food prices are like there, like the cost of wheat and things, if they've increased. It's a solid tweet, yeah. At first it starts and you're like, oh my god, I hope he's okay. And then you read the last part, you're like, that's hilarious. All meat has gone up like mad. Yeah, the inflation. I heard like for example, like car prices there are like double. Like a new car that would have cost, I don't know, like 30,000 would cost like 50,000 now. I don't know, like the cost of stuff has doubled. Meat, gas, rent, cars. Yeah, I heard car prices are insane. My friend wanted to buy a new car and she was like, the car she wanted is like from 2 years ago to now. Yeah, Sarah, North America is flooding and and Canada is expensive, especially Toronto. Basically, anywhere where there's people is expensive. And that's the thing, like the hours you work, like I know people with really good jobs living in Toronto, but all their money goes to rent or food. It's just like proportionally, and then it doesn't balance out. And this was supposed to be like a short term thing, and now it's turning into like long term. It's like we finished a pandemic, and now we're going into just like the Great Depression. And we were just coming out of it, like people were just coming out of it, and now it's like, Food has gone up. That's all that saved me. I don't buy just what I want. That's the thing. The cost of food and like ordering food and then going to pick up the food. Like now it's like everything counts. And also you can't waste anything. Yeah. I can imagine restaurants like who's going out? Especially in North America and Europe. Here the cost of food is quite low. Like the takeout is cheaper than the restaurant. Like we have our own version of Uber Eats. We call it Talabat, and it's like I think that's the biggest misconception about people in the Middle East, which is that they cook and clean. The options, yeah, for fast food, it's better now. I think it's no longer just like McDonald's and things. God bless Talabat. Rehan, Talabat is, we had lockdown in coronavirus there was 3 days where nothing was open, like because the cases were going crazy in the summer. So 3 days where you weren't even allowed to leave your house. And they even closed Talabat, and everyone was up in arms. They're like, anything but Talabat. Like, we'll stay home, but you got to open Talabat. Because the cost of ordering on Talabat is better. Like, it's the same, if not less. Delivery fees, thankfully I live in a part of my city where everything delivers here. But if you live in like a neighborhood, that's the thing. Like, for me, there's no delivery fee because three of the biggest malls are like within a 2-minute drive. Okay, we'll start it in 2 minutes. I'm just gonna readjust myself. I'm so behind today. Okay, guys. You let me know. Are you guys ready? Type yes in the chat box if you are. Do it. I go to bed soon though. I just heard. Thank you, Chris, for joining us. You were like one of the OG subscribers. Do you guys like live? Should I do just more lives to chill? Okay. Okay, guys. So I'm ready to start the movie. I'll do a countdown. 1 second. Let's go. All right, I press play. And Rehan and Chris, I will do more live just to chill. All right, guys, we started. So this is a good movie. This whole like getting drunk thing after you graduate. Um, in Canada, like there's one university that's like famous for it. Like they literally shut the streets down. People get wasted. This is like every teacher's nightmare. He literally, I think, confused World War I with World War II. He literally just clocks in and out every day. Literally every time, like every teacher's like, okay, you need to put your phones down. But in his case, it's not the phones. That's literally my nightmare. Being called in and being told, like, yeah, you're kind of terrible. I feel like out of any profession, teachers drink the most, and I've seen it. CPS beloved lawyers get paid. Teachers don't. Maybe lawyers like they're controlled alcoholics, but teachers are alcoholics, alcoholics. And I think the whole those who can't do teach is like kind of true. I'm a teacher, so I can talk shit. The sad thing about his character is we can't actually tell when he's drunk or sober. Like he's so depressed. So they're gonna test the theory that humans should basically be 0.05 drunk, but to justify it, they're gonna make it a research project. Yeah, the whole Hemingway thing. Like, did the alcohol make him better? Or did it just suppress all his emotions? Yeah, so PJ Beloved, they're just gonna go to work drunk and see if basically anything changes in how they behave, how they act. That trick is like, I don't know when I'm gonna use it, but it's like perfect. So the idea that if you have more alcohol, you can kind of be more of who you're supposed to be. As if that kid asked what's in the bottle. I wonder if you could get away with that, just having a bottle and just drinking the whole time. I love Specs too. He makes such an impact. Specs is like, you know, those kids whose life like is changed by that one teacher. That's Specs. Everyone has a Specs. Every teacher has a Specs. And wine is the truth. I would never hide alcohol on premise. Like I would have kept it with me in a water bottle. Like he kept like 10 bottles. The idea that drinking makes you better socially and professionally. I love this montage of all these like great leaders or or maybe certain jobs you have to be drunk to do it. I'm not sure. That was the best part, P.S. Beloved. Like, you can only be drunk to do those jobs. I think alcohol either increases tension or greatly reduces tension. But maybe if you're a politician, it's like a must. Also, most politicians look like alcoholics, or at least the ones that are elected. I think you have to be drunk to be leader of the Soviet Union. Like, that guy was wasted. So now they're increasing it. So at point 0.5, it was kind of perfect. And now they're increasing it to 6 just to see the difference. No, he increased it to 1.2. That's like the death zone. What is the death zone for alcohol? I think after 1. He's doing the whole like, when you're drunk and you're trying not to act drunk? That's how he walked into work. That one like girl in a hijab that put up her hand. I was like, girl, put your hand down. You are not participating in this. Okay, so one his alcohol level, like he should be dead then. Right, Richard? So he went way over. That's like every teacher's dream to be like applauded by their class. There's like what you think your lesson is and what it actually is. And he's like bridged the gap between reality and like fantasy. Okay, Richard, that's what I was wondering because I'm like, how is his blood alcohol level like either his tolerance is beast mode or there's just something we're miscalculating. How his friend is trying to catch up with him. This guy's the best coach ever. That was like one of my favorite scenes. He's really like inspiring under the influence. Specs is so cute. He really just went for it. You know, it's funny. I think teachers are more likely to forget students than students to forget teachers. The whole testing thing, like, I've seen so many students that they're smart, but they don't test well. You know, like testing, it's not like a true of your true potential, you know? So he's sober with his family. So he's been clocking in and out of work, in and out of life. The whole drinking till ignition is true. I don't know what you guys think, but I think there's a certain point where like you either go home, like naturally you just get tired, or you just keep going. So now they want to drink until ignition and then see what their body does. This is my understanding. So they can't really test this at work because they'd be too drunk. I wonder what the max drunkenness you could be at work before people notice. I guess it would depend on your tolerance. In the name of science, I guess. The idea is so good. Yeah, Richard, because their tolerance is high. Like, not everyone can, and they seem so unaffected. Also, they recover pretty quickly. I wonder if the older you get, your tolerance increases, or is that just based on how much you drink every day? They're so drunk. Like, what happened to his clothes? He was wearing clothes in the shop. He ended up peeing in the bed. He's like, let me see if I can drive. And then he took the baby monitor. He's literally like dead in a ditch. I'm pretty sure Denmark is a pretty safe country, so nothing too bad would happen to them. Good night, Chris. I'll try to do more lives. Isn't it from just maybe he fell? Yeah, P.S. Beloved. Like, he got really effed up. the way he walked out of his house. So P.S. Beloved, I guess because he started drinking, that's the thing, was he buzzed this whole time? Because even before they started the experiment and he was teaching, he didn't look 100%. But I assumed that was depression. Good point, P.S. Yeah, because even at 0.05, you would notice that the person is buzzed. So now they stopped it due to negative social effects. Yeah, I thought he had it under control because I'm like, maybe they don't see that he's drunk or buzzed. So it's winter now. So I wonder how much time went by. So it seems like he kept drinking and the other three stopped. So it seems everyone knows that him and his wife are not together. He's like, we're not 100 years old. Like, give me a chance. You know, when I look at him sober, he looks so sad. I wonder if there's a connection between like anxiety and alcoholism. Like for people like this who get so nervous, like if it would help. Yeah, a lot of people self medicate. Also, I like the idea of putting the hats on students once they get their grade. Tommy was really done. I remember that part surprised me the first time I watched it. Like I was surprised but wasn't. But the way he did it, like it wasn't an accident. What do you guys think triggered his suicide? Because it was suicide, correct? Specs is going to turn into a little leader. So, did the alcoholism trigger the suicide? I know what you mean. It's not clear, but he was really lonely. And then the alcohol was like, he needed more of it to feel. He's like, it helps that I stopped wetting the bed. Oh, Peter is dating. He's going out with a pottery teacher. He's the only one without a family, besides Tommy. When teachers become people. This is a whole bop. That had to be the most perfect ending. because he was a dancer and he couldn't move, right? Now I just clocked the meaning of that ending because they've been trying to get him to loosen up, and now he's just like free at last. I didn't make the connection between his wife's text and the dancing, or even just the dancing throughout. So now he can start over. That ending, like the first time I watched it, I was like, P.S. Beloved, how did you like that viewing? What was your review? Richard? That's a great movie. It gets better. Like I watched it, like this is my third viewing, and it's still good. And it doesn't take itself too seriously, you know? Yeah, Tommy, that was sad. And you know, this conversation about like Ernest Hemingway and how he drank, he produced great works, but he committed suicide. Like it seems the drinking turned him into an alcoholic. And I don't know, maybe the sobriety, maybe I don't know, because he was in a group, and maybe he just, I think, as you said, he felt lonely and sad. Yeah, the drinking helped because I think Tommy was sad for a long time. See, the Tommy situation, P.S. Beloved, has me. It's an interesting conversation. Yeah, he was sad for a while. I like how they left him a chair while they were sitting. So, P.S. Beloved, the Tommy situation, like, it dampened the movie, yeah? You're like, wait, let's go back to Tommy. Yeah, he was, it was like bubbling beneath the surface. Ooh, good question. Would the students have passed the exam without the alcohol? I don't think so. Or I think it definitely helped in terms of like easing the worry and the stress. Like I think sometimes I don't know, it forces you to be present. I don't know, sometimes you need like I think for that one student it helped, especially if you're an overthinker. Yeah, it's not peachy like a Hollywood movie. Yeah, it's not smooth like they all have like stuff going on. And they just seem like four dudes that you would know. Like there's nothing you know, like I don't know, it just felt like very authentic. The lesson, yeah, the lesson, that's a good point. You know, it's an interesting commentary because I know that Canada, for example, has a high rate of alcoholism and like casual drug use. And so they say that you should have one glass a day, but nobody ever drinks one glass, you know? So something that ideally should be used recreationally, like people use it to, I don't know, alcohol. You guys tell me, because I think people drink more now than they did before. And it's still blackout, you know? So maybe the lesson is, this is something I have to think about. Like, I'll try to construct a very, very thoughtful review on it. But I think it's just moderation. Yeah. And sometimes, like, the alcohol, it kind of like, for some of these characters, it just intensified their good traits. But the problem is they couldn't be who they were without the alcohol. So, Richard, not in where I live, there is alcohol. You need a liquor license, but they do serve alcohol. The only country that it's 100% banned is Saudi Arabia. But most Middle Eastern countries, you can get it at hotels, but the price is quite expensive for alcohol here, like very expensive. And it's like bad alcohol. It's not bad, but it's like you can tell you're not supposed to be drinking. So to buy alcohol, so they do have stores, but you need a liquor license, and you pay about $60 per year for it. But most people get it through a friend. But again, like the cost is quite high. Even just like one beer, if you go to a hotel or something, might cost you like, because the only place you can get it is at hotels. They're not in restaurants. So it's like hotels are already expensive, and it's like double. And I think Saudi Arabia might be changing their rules where because right now you can't get it in hotels there either, but they might change it to just hotels. I love this movie. No simple answer. Yeah, the movie, even, like, it's a really interesting commentary on like drinking and just because I do think sometimes drinking does bring out the you, like it does make it easier for some people. But then it's like if you need alcohol every time to communicate or to, this is where we run into issues. So a license, yeah. So where I live, you get a license. You get a resident gets a license, but if you're a foreigner or a tourist, you can just go to a hotel. So the license is if you want to buy alcohol, like buy like a case of Heineken or something. So that's more for like in the house. For tourists, you can do what you want, but it's only at the hotels. Like you would not be able to buy outside of the hotel, or like outside of these sort of establishments where tourists would be anyways, which is hotels or marinas. P.S. Beloved, I'm happy you loved this movie. I was a bit nervous, but I was like, let me just see. Also, P.S. Beloved, did you access this on Hulu? Because for the next movie, looser than I imagine. Yeah, it depends on the country, Richard. Like the UAE, for example, it's open. Like restaurants, anything you can get alcohol. Saudi, no. Bahrain, you can get alcohol. Kuwait is like the most free. You can get anything there. Oman is in the middle, where it's like you can get it, but only in these spaces. But in 10 years, it's not sustainable, especially with tourism. Like the alcohol is how they make money. Okay, so P.S. Beloved, you were able to access it on Hulu. Okay, good. Because I don't want people like paying for things, like I want to pick movies that you can easily access on Hulu or HBO Max. So that's good. This movie was on HBO Max, but or maybe it never was. I don't know. Richard, you accessed it on Hulu? Okay, so I'm happy like you guys liked it. So the next foreign movie, I'm gonna try to pick something that's light again, because I think this was quite easy to watch. You know, like it was fun. Okay, good on Hulu. So I'll try to mix the heavy with the light. You know. Okay, all great picks so far. Okay, good. Because you know it's hard to get people on foreign films, so I'm like, I got to be very selective. Because this is like a movie anyone can watch. So, and I'll try to pick ones from different countries as well. So we're done with Korea. I'm dead. PS opening scene, running, drinking and running. So yeah, if they vomit, they get penalized. The winning team a bottle refund, right? I think the winning. What does the winning team get? That's a detail I didn't peep. I got the penal because in class he was saying, yeah, if you vomit, you do get like a time penalty or something. Oh, that's so funny. Like there were some strict rules to this. I have to I have to rewatch it or like go back and see what the rule was, like what the winner gets. A bottle refund. It might be that. That's a good question, PS Beloved. What does the winner get? Okay, guys. So I will see you all in 2 weeks. I'm happy you enjoyed. This time I will not mess up the daylight savings time. You know, better late than never, I guess they say. Thank you, Richard. PS Beloved, I'll see you. Yeah, City of God is violence. It's not an easy watch. Um, it's not easy at all. But thank you for watching my review. Okay, guys, I will announce the next one in a week or so, but I'll see you all next time.